So what I'm doing here is I'm making a shirt, a nice button-down shirt. I made this one. This particular piece is the back. So this whole back piece, yeah, I'm just gonna cut it out and then cut a couple two more pieces out and then smash it all together and it's gonna turn into a shirt. That's how sewing works. Hi, my name is Jared. I love reading. I love playing board games. Contrary to like a lot of nerd society, I really enjoy sport as well. But I think my real creative outlet is in the ability to create things. Just creating something, whether that's writing a short story or attempting to create a board game or creating a chair or a shirt or whatever it is, an app. Yeah, creating things, a thing, something generally that I can put my hands to.
Why do you think creating apps has inspired you? You can't actually physically hold an app.
I actually love learning new things, learning how to do something for the first time. And I think an app, it's bridging a gap between an idea and a practicality. It's an idea that I have, hey, I really don't like writing shopping lists. I can create an app that keeps an inventory of my food and creates a shopping list for me. Yes, there's way more effort than just making a shopping list, but the satisfaction of like using something that I've created and that other people can use it is really cool. When I was younger, I never used to read. I could probably read like 100-page book and think that that was hard, and now I'm reading like massive 1,000-page books and like eating it up. I predominantly read science fiction and fantasy. I have kind of a few standout series here. I have The Wheel of Time, Aragon, Malazan, Book of the Fallen. I've got various Brandon Sandersons, Stormlight Archive and Mistborn, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, some Robin Hobb, who I quite enjoy. Standout authors, tough call to make. Current author, I'm really enjoying Stephen Erickson and Malazan, Book of the Fallen. I just love the scope and scale of his story writing. Second to that, I think Brandon Sanderson. I mean, he's a really great modern era fantasy writer, and he just keeps putting out books. Can't actually keep up with how much he's putting out. It's ridiculous. The standard for me, where a lot of my passion for reading comes from and for fantasy comes from, is Tolkien and Lord of the Rings. Man, I am such a Lord of the Rings nerd. It's not even funny. It's actually currently got a bookmark in it. I haven't finished rereading it. Oh, there's all my bookmarks. Proceeds to lose page. I think my creative outlet has allowed me to really understand myself and discover who I am. And I mean, there are things that I've tried to do that haven't worked and actually like, oh, actually I really don't like that. And that's not a creative outlet for me. And I learned that about myself. Okay, I really don't like cooking. I remember very clearly I got into making rings out of coins for a season. And the first time I ever did it, I did some of the process and made it into like general shape of a ring, but I had to hollow out the middle of the coin. And I sat there with this tiny little vise that like had a suction cup on the bottom that I attached to the ground. I put the ring in it, and I had this like little Dremel, which is like a drill kind of, and put it in this little vise, and there I was lying on the ground, like with this little torchlight shining on the little vise on the ground, and like a dentist working on the inside of this ring. And I mean, that ring was shocking. It was so uneven and like warped and wobbly, and I took too much material out of it, but I wore it with such pride because it was something that I had made. When I set my mind to something, I generally get it done. It might not be done perfectly, but the second one will be better. These are some of the rings that I've made. The oldest of these is this coin ring, which was made from old South African coinage, 2 rand coin. A nice big fat thing. And then next is this, which is titanium. I made out of a titanium blank. That's actually my wedding ring, so that lives on my hand there. I made Abs and I's wedding rings. And then this used to live here, but it doesn't anymore because I have replaced it with this wooden ring. The ability to recognize my impact on others is not something I've always had a strength of. It's inspired others. More recently, I've been making shirts and I've been wearing them to the office. And one of my coworkers, he said like, oh, he wants to go buy a sewing machine and start making his own clothes. And another coworker said she actually wants to take her sewing machine out of the cupboard and see if it still works and try and make some things. And often when I create something and I show someone, they're like, wow, you made this? I'm like, yeah, but it was actually really easy. And there's kind of this inspiration that I can see in people's eyes. And the advice I'd give to someone is just do it. Doesn't matter what it turns out as. No one ever made something perfect on their first try. Like, I've fallen into that trap of, I don't want to do it because I don't know if I'm going to mess it up. And just have the heart of being able to create something and be okay with whatever the outcome is. It doesn't matter if it is perfect. Wow, amazing. If it's not, that's also amazing. Like, to create something is one of the most beautiful things you could ever do, or I could ever do as a human. And it's not something that I should ever be afraid of, whether it comes out perfectly or not. I think just to be able to make something. In the last year, I've probably done 10 different things for the first time. 5 of them have flopped. One of them is like maybe, and 3 of them have been like, wow, amazing. Just being willing to accept whatever result comes out of it. And after that, being willing to either do it again or try something new. Try the next thing. Just don't be scared to try things, and don't be scared to fail. A mistake is the most inherently human thing I could ever do. So by making mistakes, I am but human. It looks like there is nothing. From the nothing comes the back of the shirt. Huh?
Did you just ruin it? Did you just cut out the front again?
No. No. Did I? Oh, no. I did. Why was this here? This is an irreparable mistake. There is no going back from here, unfortunately. I do not have enough material of what's left. So I can't finish this shirt, which is a real bummer. But kind of the worst part about this is this was going to be a shirt for you, G. And it was going to be like a whole thing. You were going to put it on at the end, and I was going to be like, oh, well, it's actually yours. However,
Okay.
I have a backup plan because it was your birthday 2 weeks ago. I made something else for you.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So I don't know how you want to do this.
You can film my reaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you gotta open it.
Okay.
You gotta
Sure.
open it. This is for you. I made the rope too. No, just kidding.
And you made the paper
I made the paper.
that's the same pattern, but
Same pattern but green.
so cool. Hey. This is so nice.
So it's another shirt.
Very cool.
They were both for you. This was for you the whole
so
time.
Cool.
Um,
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. This is very
and now I
special.
got you on camera.
Yes, you did. The first episode where I'm on camera.
And that's the episode because I can't finish the shirt. That's a wrap.
Nice.